Welcome to Struggle City Podcast, guys. We're doing things a little bit differently today. It's Dave, Missy, Casey,
and Dave.
So
I love that you wait for that now.
Yeah, I try.
I appreciate it.
She takes
She
takes the training well.
Appreciate it.
I do what?
I said you take the training well.
The training?
Oh no!
Oh dear God. Okay.
Oh no! Feminism!
Oh no, feminism.
Yeah, it's a
Good
bad
Lord.
idea.
Oh my God. Anyway, we're doing things a little differently today because we don't have a topic.
We're not prepared.
It's not that we're not prepared. We just don't have a topic specifically in mind. What we're gonna do is kind of let you guys in to our process.
Because we're pretentious.
A little bit. Are you all right over there? Casey's like
No.
clutching his chest like he's having a heart attack.
No, there's Dr. Pepper and habanero just coming.
You're such an old man.
I am Dr. Jalapeno.
Want a steak?
Oof, those spikes. So this episode's going to be about our process.
This is part of it.
We just break.
I hate Jeff Dunham.
So we actually came up with a whole page of notes already just about where our podcast is going, what we're trying to do with it, our schedule, the possibility of a Patreon. Yes.
This is like, what's it called? In Congress,
behind
when
the
they're no, not like, well, I guess behind the scenes would be a one word for it, but like a state of the address.
Okay.
State of the Union?
State of the Union. Yeah, it's where we talk about what the fuck's going on.
Cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
we normally talk about what's going on.
Well, I mean, like with us, we are the union here.
We're a union. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're unified behind Struggle City doors.
Yeah, behind the city capitol. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, so we came up with a couple different ideas, just to keep things interesting.
Y'all did. I went and got us down.
That's true. So you're a hero in your own way for feeding us.
I'm always a hero.
Okay.
Hero and
Yeah, you fed me, so therefore I'm gonna be fucking weird for like the next couple hours. Yeah, I literally think that there's something wrong with that. Like
There's just
with
something wrong with you.
with how energized I get though after I eat.
There's just something wrong with you.
Wow, you know what? I know that already. We don't need to reiterate. God. Okay, so we're kind of just gonna be. Oh my God. We're kind of just going to be talking.
She's just mad because she can't do that out the basement.
What?
What?
Oh my God. We literally just watched that comedy show on, and he talked for poop. He talked about poop for like 5, 10, 15 minutes.
I was talking about doing a queef.
You can't do a queef. I can do a queef.
That was
So-
the joke. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, enough about queefing and jokes.
Yeah, so like I've been trying to say,
I'm not doing a great job with it.
because you keep interrupting me! I'm gonna stab you with this pen!
Don't do that. We don't have a camera rolling. That wouldn't make good content.
Yes, so we are just going to be brainstorming ideas for the podcast, books that we want to read for We Speak English. We have a little like subcategory for We Speak English that we'll talk to you more in detail about when we get there. More coffees. So this is really just a brainstorming session that we wanted all tens of you to be a part of. Just to kind of pass the time and chill.
And we also wanted to seriously this time. I know we brought it up in the past in a few episodes, but seriously bring up the idea of maybe bringing a Patreon into this. I'm not saying any of you would even have to, hop on there and pay, but it would be nice. But it's not necessary at all.
It would be nice to have you give us money.
Yeah.
The thing with Patreon is that we've noticed that a lot of YouTubers, how they have a Patreon now, and people are subscribing to them and kind of helping and being part of this idea of a community. And there's a couple of YouTubers that I listen to who have a Patreon. I've subscribed to a couple of their Patreons, and it's just a very interesting idea to get publicity.
There you go.
Okay. Huh?
Columbus?
Plumbus. We should make one.
They sell them at the store.
I know, but we should make our own plumbuses.
I saw somewhere they had a Columbus scented candle.
What does that even smell like?
That's a great question. We should buy that.
Yeah, we'll update you guys on that. But anyway, so we had different ideas. Obviously, we're not going to do giant tiers like $100 tier because that's just fucking ridiculous. But
we could.
we could in the very far future.
$100 tier to get you a date with me.
Don't do it.
Shit. All right, we got to do that now. Write that
Oh
down.
my god. Anyway,
We have listeners in fucking Brazil.
that means you have to go there and do it.
I have a passport.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's
There you go.
convenient.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Cat. Oh, it's my favorite cat. Okay, anyway. So we figured with just like a $1 tier, that's really like all we can ask of you. But we were thinking about doing like personalized messages, uploading our notes that we take for the podcast, just kind of like the business-ish side of things. And then
$1 whole dollar, I will call you a cunt.
I don't think that's something people
I
want.
think that's for $1. Yes, they will.
You know what? That's an option. If you want it,
Well, no,
we'll do it.
That's just what's going to happen. You pay $1, and I call you a cunt.
we send you a voice recording. You
I
are a
well,
cunt.
I think the personalized message would be pretty good because
Yeah.
you know, I think that's nice.
Casey will call you whatever you want to be called.
Oh
No,
my god,
All right, Dave will call you whatever you want to be called.
the one option.
just a cunt.
Yeah.
That's if it's
Okay,
with you.
well, right. See, Casey's a little bit more of
If you want a personalized message from Casey, please let us know
yeah.
when you sign up for that tier of Patreon or
I
whatever.
wonder if we could do it like different subcategories in the $1 tier, where it's like you could pick from Dave, Missy, or Casey.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
they could just email us and ask. I want a
yeah.
personalized message from Dave.
Yeah, and it can be about almost anything. Now, I know a lot of Patreon stuff. There's like adult rated things on there. We are not looking to do that.
No,
so
no,
just FYI.
keep that shit like PG-13.
For $10,
Yeah.
I will show you a nipple.
But it's not his nipple per se.
It's a nipple.
It's a nipple. It could be a cat nipple. You never know. But then we also have ideas for our $5 tier, where I know some of you have seen the Struggle City bonuses, which are just like the 1 to 4 minute little clips that Dave has edited out. Not really edited out, but like taken
Yeah,
from other things and
little
kind of
snippets
just
that
right.
I've caught in mid-conversations here and there.
Yeah, that just end up being fucking funny.
Yeah,
So we were thinking about moving them onto the Patreon.
maybe. Huge maybe with
Yeah,
that.
I mean
We'll see.
everything that we're talking about right now is pretty much a big maybe because life, and this is part time. And what the hell was that?
That was great.
What was it?
His phone went off.
Oh, what did it say?
The hell?
What
Oh.
the hell?
Okay. Anyway,
It was David
Just-
Lynch. I'm sorry.
no, you're whatever.
I'm not actually sorry.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So we have a schedule where every Tuesday and Friday, which if you follow us, you know that we try to get things out Tuesdays and Fridays, either at 12 or 4. The regular podcast show will be on Tuesdays, and then on Fridays we're going to switch from Coffee at the Matinee to We Speak English, and then we have a subcategory of that, like I said, we'll talk about later.
Well, why don't we just talk about it now?
You want to talk about it now?
Yeah, fuck
Okay,
it. We're
well,
here.
this was Dave's idea, so I'll let him talk.
Yeah, so
Talk.
what we're all of us here are pretty much English majors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of us with all of us with a little extra flair added on top of that. But we all originally just went in for English. That's like the heart and soul of our bullshit.
Yep.
So we've read a lot of old books,
Classic books.
classic books. So I figured we could have an additional show on top of We Speak English called We Speak Old English, where we read Hamlet, Heart of Darkness, The Yellow Wallpaper,
R&J.
Jane
Just
Austen.
basically. Fun fact: this is the first time I'm hearing any of this.
Yeah.
So you're basically just saying just school reading.
Yeah, I guess classic school books where we talk about and we analyze it and we discuss it amongst ourselves. So, like, if a student wants help, we can help them out like that. Yes, Missy.
Okay. So, the thing about that is they're not doing summer reading anymore, at least at the school that I'm student teaching at.
Mhm.
So for them to not do summer reading, I feel like they're losing a lot of the idea of reading like those classic books. So I'm like all in favor of this and analyzing and almost being like kind of like a Spark Notes thing for students who need help, because the older versions of this, like especially with Hamlet, like I see it in my students, they're some of them are really struggling with some of the things. So yes,
and maybe even going deeper, like applying school of thoughts to it.
Yeah, we can talk about how Nick and Gatsby are the same person.
Yeah, fuck it. Like crazy ass theories like that. I have a theory that the Oedipus complex in The Great Gatsby, the party's actually the mother and Gatsby's the father.
Do you actually have a theory about that?
Yes, and I've talked to my professor about it. Yep.
Okay. Well,
yeah, and she subscribes.
Oh.
She subscribes to that idea.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like we can talk about things like that, and then that'll get us to read a bit more too.
Alone.
No, I like her.
Yeah, and
She doesn't like me.
it would be a fun way for us to flex and actually use
Yeah.
our degree for its intended purpose, I guess. You know, to talk about literature and discuss it and
Right.
like really get to the nitty gritty stuff that we really can't discuss in class.
Yeah, and you know what I've also found? I want to say all of these different things like when I'm teaching with Hamlet, and it's like I can't, because I can't just lecture. Like I want you to get there on your own.
Yeah.
So I'm like holding all of this in. It's like I need to talk about Hamlet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean we could use Hamlet as a jumping off point.
yeah.
Ooh,
And that
we
would be
can
the
talk
first
about
one.
Hamlet 2.
Hamlet 2.
Hamlet 2, it's a great movie.
Oh God, is this like Titanic 2?
No. It's better. There's a musical number
Oh,
with
God.
Jesus Christ.
Why am I not
my
like
God.
surprised by that? It kind of makes sense.
Oh
Well,
Lord.
Jesus has a time machine and takes Hamlet back in time.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
We need to do a coffee at the matinee on this. Or is this a book?
No,
It's a movie.
I just said it was a movie.
Oh.
That's okay. Okay, so yeah, we have ideas like that. But then we were also toying around with the idea of doing like audio reading, like audiobooks.
Yeah, like audiobooks. And maybe bringing back an old resident, Pat,
Yeah,
to do
Pat.
some.
I think we can all agree that Pat has the nicest sounding voice out of all of us, which
Yeah.
is really what it comes down to when you're listening to a book on tape. Is you want to be able to enjoy the voice you're listening to.
Yeah.
So I would also like to be a part of that, just because.
I mean,
You know.
you're in charge, kind of.
Well, all right. I mean,
Kind
hey,
This is a city council here.
I'm the mayor.
Is she really in charge?
No.
No.
Or is she just like the queen and she's just a
The
Oof.
queen.
she's just a figurehead, doesn't have any actual power. She's just
Well, I'm also dividing
think-
up all my actual powers now, so.
Well,
have-
anyway, so we might do that because. Okay, Casey's answering the phone.
what?
But
Yes.
Okay, so.
yeah, but I think that it'll be a good way to get us to continue to read, because as of right now, the only thing I'm reading is Hamlet because I'm teaching it. But I miss reading for fun, and I'm not doing it. So
Me too.
we were thinking about. What do you mean? You're reading one of the best books ever right now.
You're reading constantly. All right, you know what? I'll take a panoramic shot of this room one day.
He's just got piles and piles of books. It's great.
It's
I
a
love
fucking
it.
library in here.
It is.
If you
Both
wanted to
with
rent-
books and movies.
If you wanted to get a movie out, yeah, you could
Wait.
rent out a movie.
I'm not enjoying the Alzheimer's. But they went inside with bullshit.
What part are you at?
I just finished chapter 7, and they pulled the kids out of the church that they set on fire.
How was that not exciting?
Because they're assholes and they set the church on fire.
It was an accident. They left a cigarette.
Because they're stupid greaser trash and they...
Ponyboy is 14. Do you remember how fucking smart you were at
They're
14?
stupid greaser trash that's
Whoa.
setting a church on fire.
The greasers are better than the societs. Fucking fight me.
They're all garbage.
You're okay.
I'm not going to join in on this.
I
I'm just
love The
glad
Outsiders.
the church was on fire.
It was abandoned. It wasn't like it was a real church. Whatever. It was an old abandoned church that they had to stay at because they committed a murder and they had to run
We'll
away.
be doing readings on stuff like that. We'll
Right,
be talking
right.
about that.
So maybe Casey will pick one book, I'll pick one book, Dave will pick a book, and Pat will pick a book, and we can all do like separate readings, and then whoever, you know, you have whatever book you want to listen to or whatever, you know, like we're just kind of toying around with ideas. So maybe that'll be something.
Hey, Pat. I'm talking to you specifically now.
Pat, do you listen?
He doesn't listen, but
Yeah,
I'm going to send
so.
this to him, and I'm going to make sure he listens.
Okay.
All right. So we're 15 minutes into this thing. I want you to text me the minute you get this. All right? Because we need you on this fucking show, you fucking fucker.
I agree, Pat. Like, I know you're busy, and we're busy, and life. And
We miss you.
We do miss you, and like we never get to see you anymore, and it just sucks because like you always have something to say that either gets the ball rolling or makes us just crack the fuck up. So seriously, like, come back. We miss you.
We need your dynamic voice.
Yeah, we
I'm
do.
fine if you don't.
He's just saying that.
He misses you
Because he's
too,
a
Pat.
jackass.
He really does. He said it earlier off the mic.
That's
Yeah.
a lie.
No.
That's
No,
a
it's
lie.
not. He
And
definitely-
you know how we would know if that was a lie? If there were cameras everywhere. I'm just saying.
So, anyway, we're not going to dive into
We're
that
not talking about
fucking
Mrs.
trash
Big
fire.
Brother fetish.
It's not a fetish. It's a good fucking idea.
So, what came after? Let's look at the list.
Okay, yeah, we're looking. So we were talking about different merch that we're gonna have, with
Oh.
catchphrases for t-shirts.
Yeah, alright. Well, we won't talk about that in depth, but just
Mhm.
know that there's going to be a few more t-shirts coming out, not off-brand, but underneath the Struggle City brand that does not just have the logo on it. So there's going to be more fancy fashion coming out for you people.
Yeah, and it would be really, really cool to see people wearing our merch.
Yeah, Jenny, Miss Jenny, I forget
Yeah,
the name
it's
of her
Miss
channel.
Jenny, isn't it?
That's what she calls herself on
Yeah.
on her channel. I forget the name of her channel, but I'll throw a link in the description. She did an awesome like bag opening, I guess you could call it, because it didn't come in a box.
It was like a blind bag.
Yeah, it was
She
like
knew what was in it.
yeah, it was like, hey, look, I bought this cool shirt, and it was our shirt, and yeah, it's pretty fucking rad.
It is cool.
So
I might wear it to work tomorrow.
Yeah?
yeah,
Sick.
Underneath something.
that's fair. I'm
Well,
wearing this
that's
underneath
okay.
something.
I'll
But,
probably wear mine to bed, honestly.
but yeah, just keep an eye out. Obviously, merch link is in the description. I'll probably figure out how to make a fancy graphic, and I'll attach it to something. I don't know. Keep a look on our social media too, because
Well, that's
Should be better.
actually the next thing on the list here of notes that we
Segue.
have. Yay! So with social media, we all now have access to post under the Facebook page that we have, and there were the occasional times when Dave posted a couple polls for people to vote on.
oh yeah, polls.
Yeah, and so we want to get more regular with that because that could turn into something where like, we could post a poll which could be fucking anything.
Yeah.
And then whatever
Fucking
wins from that, like we could have like a small ramble on it and just kind of like talk about our thoughts, like just deconstruct it in any way. And we weren't sure if we were going to do that for YouTube or for Patreon. These are still kind of up in the works. So
Yeah, and just let us know, because if we were to do it for Patreon, we might try to toy around with some type of live streaming, where it could be like a quick 15-minute bit where 2 or 3 of us get together, crack out this, or maybe even just one of us, depending on the day. Who knows? Because I'm toying around how to live stream on my phone. So it really all depends on when, where, who makes the poll, how quickly the poll gets filled, and it might just be a Patreon exclusive. It might not be a Patreon exclusive right away, but then eventually move on over there. Who knows?
yeah,
It's all up in the air.
right. Quick side street. The brand on here on this pen, I looked at it and I read Motherless instead of Moleskin, which is what it is. I thought it was
What
Motherless.
The fuck?
I didn't read it right.
Missy,
Jesus Christ, you're like a gremlin. You get weird after you eat.
I know. Oh my god! Fucking
there you go.
it just scared the all living shit out of me. Jesus Christ!
Oh, and speaking of scaring the all living shit out of people,
Oh my god!
we also have been thinking about maybe getting a video aspect to this. Potentially. So you can see beautiful gems like that audio clip that just happened right here. of Missy screaming bloody murder, saying I scared the shit out of her.
He did.
What you didn't see was that she jumped like 10 feet in the air.
I was nervous. But yeah, we're still thinking about the videos and like the face reveal and all, just because of the idea of like careers, and I don't.
Yeah,
You know, I just need to be careful first.
Well, that also comes up, and the mind, you know, to think about our content.
Mhm.
Like, how raunchy are we going to get?
Well,
You know, how bad?
as bad as the fetish video was, I think that's as bad as we get on there.
We can't get any bad.
Any worse, right? That's what I'm saying. Like that's like the rated R version. That was pretty bad.
That was
I talked a
bad.
lot about myself, which is bad. I'm very open, yes, but like
I talked a lot about myself as well.
I mean,
Not
we all
really.
opened up.
My discovery of Anne Frank.
that's not you though.
No.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Anyway,
yeah.
you know, let's not bring that into this
yeah, no.
State of the Union address.
Right. But yeah, so we're thinking about doing things with that, and it would just be so cool, like going back to the merch real quick, like to see people actually wearing our merch and shit.
Oh.
Because like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. If you bought some merch and you're listening to this and you made it this far, post a picture with you wearing it. # struggle merch. I think
merch. That's
that would be
cute.
really awesome, and we get to see you guys doing it.
Your face doesn't have to be in it though if you're not
No,
comfortable with that.
you do you. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I'm also probably gonna post a picture of me wearing some merch.
But like it's
So.
just it's cool because like I had originally thought that this was just gonna be like a little hobby like get together thing, but now I really want us to like be a thing. Like I want us to
Something.
be like bigger than we are. Like I was saying earlier with that one YouTuber I watched, like he only started like a year ago like us, and he's got like 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
So like how do we get bigger, you know, like how do we, because we're already posting to literally all the things we can post to, and then you had talked a little bit about collaborating,
That's the big thing.
right? So we need to collaborate. So if any YouTubers, for example, would like to collaborate, that's one thing, and then any podcasts,
Honestly, any creative people. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. If you have something you want to talk about, I know I talked to a few people that are interested in talking about their stuff with us. And, you know, an old scout friend of mine, Nick, he's in a band, and he wanted to come on, talk about
Okay.
some shit.
Yeah, sure.
I told him, yeah, once we get our shit figured out, totally.
Yeah.
That's been our biggest obstacle, is our own shit is becoming more consistent.
Mm-hmm. Becoming consistent, yeah, and just reaching other people, like growing from it, and it makes me a little nervous because there's another YouTuber that I'm subscribed to, and I talked about this earlier, but he is thinking about getting rid of his YouTube because he's not growing from there. He's not getting any subscribers. He's not getting any videos to be watched, or so that just makes me a little bit nervous about how much we can actually grow.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't think we're ever going to get to the point of where, like, Jenna Marbles is. Like, she literally runs YouTube. Like,
Yeah. But she's
Yeah.
also been on it since, like, 2003.
yeah, she has
Whenever
been on a long
it
time.
fucking got created, she's been on it.
Yeah.
It honestly, everything I've seen and all the research I've done by myself, it's just post often, post short videos, post consistently.
Yeah.
Has an attention span.
Exactly.
Right.
Or to feed into the YouTube algorithm, you also want to post long videos. So healthy combination of the two. Just keep throwing shit at the fan, and that's. I mean, school's the big thing that got in the way.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like, we're all busy, but we still want to make time for this. We want to
Yeah.
grow, and we obviously want to hang out with each other, even though this one's a major pain in my ass. But you fed me, so I'll be nice. Because you burp every single episode.
Not every
It
single-
kills
No,
me.
it is every single
Yeah.
episode.
It fucking
If you don't
kills
open
me.
it up, if you don't open up an episode like that, you definitely close an episode like that.
Yeah, you normally open with it.
Which, I mean, it's kind of nostalgic at this point, but,
No,
like, it's
it's
kind
not.
of gross.
I honestly don't care.
Nothing but love.
I think it's nasty.
I honestly don't care. I'm not trying to impress you.
Hera, can you,
You
stop
should be.
bumping into the mic?
God, we're still bitches, you know.
Hera.
It's just nudging
Damn it, Hera.
the microphone.
You're cute and adorable, but you're making bad audio.
We already talked about all this. I'm just looking over the notes that we took earlier.
I mean, this doesn't have to be a long
Oh
episode.
my god, can we
No.
get like a onesie that says Struggle City and put it on her? Like a baby onesie?
Yeah.
Just will she fit?
Yeah. No. No, I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
we can.
I could make one. Well, I can't make one, but we could make one for my niece. I could have her wear it.
I mean, like, legitimately, if you if you have any type of merch that you like to purchase with the Struggle City logo on it or any of our other logos, let me know.
Yeah,
Because
please,
I will, I'll make it up for you, because the V-neck is literally for my mother.
And just like with our YouTube videos, like please comment. Like we want to know what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right, what you like, what you don't like. Like whoever you even are. I know a lot of it is friends and family. None of my family, I'm pretty sure, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm. You get baby onesies.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Do they have them for obese babies?
Yeah, almost definitely.
Wouldn't
we live in
that
America.
be like a toddler then?
Obese baby.
Aw, I
We
need
live
a
in
baby.
America, Casey. There is obese babies.
Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, but we're good to talk about basically anything. I think we've covered the spectrum of topics to discuss, which is why we're kind of recording this, because it's like, okay, well now we need to brainstorm different ideas.
Well, not just that. It's not so much brainstorming, but we've hit a point in our online lives, I guess you could say, of being recording people and creative people in this community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the small one that we've created here on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Anchor, etc. We've been on this platform for over a year now.
Which
Well,
is
not over
wild.
a year. We're almost up to a year.
Yeah.
You know, we've garnered tens of followers, which is more than we ever thought we would get.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd get any, to be honest.
Even though a large majority of you are family or friends, another large majority of you are not. Like, whoever the fuck you are, thank you. You're pretty
Yeah,
fucking
seriously,
awesome.
thank you. Like,
You know?
it's just, like, this is kind of, I wouldn't say it's like a dream of ours, but this is definitely something we enjoy and we want to do, and you're giving us motivation to continue to do it. So, huge shout out to you guys.
Yeah. And don't take this as like a plea for support or anything like that. Just keep watching, keep listening, comment. We really want to hear from you. Like Missy said earlier,
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing, is interaction, discussion.
Yeah.
And if we don't respond to you, it's usually because we don't like what you say.
That's not even true, though. Like, we do respond. Ooh. Sorry, that was my alarm for taking a photo of the day.
Which I'm failing at right now.
I don't always take it that very second.
It's like a reminder. Why don't you take a picture of this moment, man?
Because I was going to get a picture of the Struggle City t-shirt.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, that works too.
Right, so, like, yeah.
But
Yeah, so there's that.
let us know what you think down in the comments, in our email, on our social media. Comment on all of our shit. Vote in the polls. We're gonna try to be more active now that we're dividing and conquering a little bit more.
I think
Yeah.
I'm the only one with an active Twitter, so feel free to harass me.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't throw Casey's Twitter handle down in the comments, down in the description before, but I'll definitely do that now.
It sounded like you said Casey's Twitter anal.
Sometimes he posted about that.
Every once in a while.
But yeah, like with Casey's Twitter, he is, no offense, but you're the meanest one out of the three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Lovingly.
like you can absolutely harass him and he won't take it personally. Whereas if you harass me, I'm gonna take it personally. So like,
And if you harass me, I just won't answer you because I avoid conflict.
yeah, you do. But that's okay. Oh, didn't you want you wanted to talk to me and do a podcast on student teaching, right?
Oh, expectation versus
Yeah, we didn't do that.
Okay, yeah, write that down. Because we should do that. And I should write down some of my thoughts on student teaching and some of my fears.
Right better.
Podcasting.
This is Missy's first time using a pen.
It wasn't working.
She was
Expectations.
Just using her finger.
Versus reality. And we need to do that before you get out of student teaching.
I got a month left.
Yeah,
Not
so we
even.
gotta do that within a month.
Yeah.
Well, the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, so why don't you then come up with, here's your homework. Why don't you come up with
Okay.
come up with questions to ask me about this, because if I just go, I'm just going to go. So like let's make it a bit more structured.
Because you know how much she just talks.
Yeah, how much she just goes.
Just laughs.
More structure /
Talks and talks.
squawk.
She does squawk. The worst kind of parrot, because you can't even eat it.
Oh, and well, I'll be up front. I guess we'll close out on this. Any support that you do give us, either through merch, you buying our merch, and you getting a really cool t-shirt or sticker, or if and when we finally put up the Patreon account, it all goes right back into this. Like, you know, getting a better mic, getting a fucking table,
Yeah.
getting a laptop to be able to edit things on, fixing the screen on my iPad that I purchased.
Yeah,
so
like
I
this
don't cut my
isn't
fingers.
this isn't going to like just go in our pocket. Like this is going to go for like making better content.
Yeah, this is going to go into fueling this.
It goes into
The city.
of the city.
Yeah, it goes into
The city
the
bank.
coffers.
What?
City coffers. That's
Oh,
where you put
I
money.
said coffins.
Yeah, that too. It goes into the coffins of the city. We just bury our money.
Yeah, why not?
No.
Into savings, yeah.
But
Bury our money like cats bury shit.
it goes into development and research, and
Yes.
it goes into making this just a better thing.
Right.
Really, at the end of the day.
Because we have rambled so much about so many different topics. So I don't know where I was really going with this, but like with the whole idea of like setting up questions for us,
Yeah.
why don't you guys, if you listen, I guess, like ask us things. What do you want to know?
Yeah. Especially, I think the polls would be a good way to jump off that.
Right.
You know, we'll kick that off, and then it'll start spurring discussion, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because that's really the reason why we're doing it. Two of us are going to school to become teachers.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, it's a huge maybe. You know what's funny? This podcast is part of the reason for that questioning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I enjoyed this way too fucking much.
It is a lot of fun, but I mean, we'll
You're
have
welcome.
summers off, you know, to
Yeah,
do this.
I don't care about summers off. I like producing. It's fucking nice.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you do become a teacher, like, we'll have more time in the summer to do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, okay.
But also, if I become a teacher, we'll have less time during not summers.
Yeah, it's you're never done.
No.
That's one of the big things. You're never done.
Yeah,
But
I just like producing.
yeah, it is a lot of fun. It's way more fun than I thought it was gonna be. So there's that.
Yeah, and hopefully you
You're
guys.
just a big fan of self-talk.
Oof.
I'm not gonna lie. That's probably true.
It's probably why you're becoming a teacher too.
I do like to hear
Well,
myself
that's-
talk because I feel like I have good things to say.
And she likes bossing people around.
I do like bossing people around. I'm a bit demanding,
You know.
but I keep you two on track a lot of the time too.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
totally the reason, like one of the big reasons why you're in charge of
Right.
what's going on here, and which is why we're fucking happy you come around more than you don't.
Oh, Dave.
Because did you hear the last fucking recording of the first season?
There's nothing wrong with it.
There is
was-
everything
Well-
It was
wrong
a
with
good
it.
time.
It was a great time. I'm not going to argue that.
It was interesting.
But did it make a recording?
Yes.
Yes. Did it make a good recording? No.
It made a great one.
Oh my god. it was something, but
It was fucking horrible.
It was great.
see, the thing is though,
It was
like
a trash
when we have these podcasts, half of the time we go off on our side streets and we just talk about like bullshit stories that we have you know, in our experience, which is fine and great and everything. But then when we're trying to talk about like actual topics, we need to be more structured and like have questions prepared, like discussion questions almost.
Yeah.
Like,
I 100% agree.
yeah.
That's the big distinction is
And
podcasts.
I remember us in the early days of this, when the cast was bigger,
Jesus Christ.
trying to push that and getting so much blowback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that too, but here's the thing, like in the very first podcast, I suggested that we be more structured,
Mhm.
and the both of you were like, no.
Well, all right. I will defend us on the first podcast and the second podcast because
Those were like trial and error.
We literally were like, you know what, we should just do the thing.
Mhm.
And just get it done, because we were all here at the same time. We weren't planning on it, and we just did it. Now,
And I was high on cold meds.
so it was a fucking mess. And you were right.
Thank you.
So now, podcasts can still be a
Look what you
clusterfuck.
did.
It's fine.
Look at that.
It's fine. She can have this moment.
Shit-eating grin on her fucking face.
Like kind of bouncing a little bit too. Excited.
But like these podcasts, yeah, all right. If we get off topic, that's fine. If we're talking about one thing and then we get onto another thing, that's fine. That's just how conversation works. But specifically, what I'm thinking is Coffee at the Matinee. We speak English. We speak Old English. Eventually,
Yeah.
trying to keep them under 25 minutes
Okay.
as best as we can.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain ones that are excusable, like It Chapter 2, where we didn't do an It Chapter 1, and that all kind of got vomited into one, and that turned into an hour-long episode, but that's fine.
I think sometimes if it happens, it happens. I think if the discussion kind of pushes
Yeah.
it into that time frame,
Yeah.
Yeah,
what can you do?
I agree with that, but also at the same time, I mean, I'm 100% guilty of this, but coming a little bit more prepared,
Yeah,
and that's something I need to work on.
I'm usually the most prepared,
Yes, out of the three of us,
Yeah.
definitely.
but it's just been a fuck of a week.
Yeah.
It's been a fuck of a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Hence the reason why nothing's been posted on YouTube by me. It's 3 weeks have just been shit.
Yeah, because I had a whole week of overnights,
Mm-hmm.
and my sleep schedule was all out of whack.
Yeah, and that's frustrating. Yeah, no, I mean, there's always things that we can improve on. I'm not, nobody's at fault for anything. Like, it's not like we got booed off the internet or anything.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Working on it.
Although, what happened to Richard Boone?
There was a story.
There's a story?
That I don't feel comfortable sharing online.
Oh,
No.
shit. Why didn't you tell me?
I hesitated.
Oh, shit. What happened?
Off mic.
Okay, but I really want to know now. So let's wrap this shit up.
Keep an eye out. We might be starting up a Patreon. We'll let you know. It might not be until, our 1 year anniversary on we'll be posting New Year's Eve. I believe that's the 31st. That's a Tuesday, right? I believe the 31st is a Tuesday.
Sure.
So we'll be posting then.
Mhm.
And
let us know if you liked this kind of like behind the curtain type of podcast.
Yeah, leave a comment. Email me. On
Yeah.
Anchor, if you listen on Anchor, you can send me a voice message. So you can really get angry.
Don't do that, please.
Please do, and we'll include it.
No, there's too much anger and hatred in the world anyway. Like, let's
Send us
just.
an angry message.
Oh my
and
God.
I will riff it.
Okay, let's.
Lo-
We'll see you next time. Follow us on all the things. Okay, let's leave. Leave the city. Get out. Lights out. City's asleep.
City's on fire.
It's time.